On the hot seat today, Auxilo Finserve, an education-focused NBFC, has raised $30 million from Leapfrog Investments. The round also saw participation from existing investors, Trifecta Leaders Fund 1 and Exponential Opportunities Fund 2. The latest funding will be utilized to expand customer reach, enhance student funding, incorporate technological infrastructure across business processes, and boost the company's institutional lending segment. Joining me now to discuss this further is Neeraj Saxena, the MD and CEO of Auxilo Finserve. Neeraj, thank you so much for taking time out and being here on Startup Street with us. You know, you are an education lender, right? So talk to us about what it is you have on offer that's helping students get access to better education. What is the gap that you found in the market that you're trying to address out here?
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for having me on the show. So I think traditionally what used to happen in the education financing space, especially when banks used to operate, they were more focused on lending education loans like a personal loan or like a mortgage loan, right? The focus on the education was not there. With specialized NBFCs like us coming into picture. So for example, we will be funding a guy totally on his merit, what course he is going for, and not focusing too much on what family income he is having right now, and that is life-changing for them, because we usually get applications from families where the annual income is not so much that they can afford an education loan, especially abroad. And with our funding, they are actually going abroad to do their masters, and it's actually the family life is completely changing post the course. So I think the focus on education as a underwriting parameter, rather than financials of parents, is something which very differentiate.
Right, absolutely. It's a different way of looking at things, especially for education loans, right? But if you could talk to us about the growth you're seeing in your loan book, where is the demand primarily coming from, and where are these students heading mostly?
So US is the major driver, because finally, if you see, especially for masters, till graduate in India, you have a lot of opportunity. But for masters and research, people look towards abroad. And I think US is a major driver where majority of students, especially engineers, they go for their masters in STEM courses, followed by Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand. All the countries are there. But I would say US almost takes significant space, maybe half of the total financing which is happening in the industry is for US studies.
So US is the top pick for most people looking to do their PG and, the higher education. But you launched in 2018 and you claim to have provided education loans to over 12,000 students, right? So what's the average loan size, and how do you plan to grow this? And do you use tech to screen potential loanees?
See, ticket size varies from country to country. On an average, I would say, if you see at the company level, at a portfolio level across countries, it will be around 30 lakhs or so. And for US, it will be more. For some other countries, it will be lesser. For UK, it will be lesser. Or for Australia, for Ireland, etc., it will be lesser. So ticket size, of course, as the currency fluctuations keep on happening, the funding demand keeps on going up. And when we are focusing totally on merit, and we focusing on students who are going to get the job there and going to be earning significantly, especially in STEM. So we don't hesitate much in terms of giving a larger loan to them. So 7 years journey or 6 years operationally, 12,000 students, and we actually in the next 3 years want to reach to a loan book size of 8,000 to 10,000 crores. Right now we are at 3,100 crores, and I see that the potential is going to be going up as we are moving forward. As still for masters, especially India will take some time to actually have quality institutions for them to stay here.
Right. So India is going to take some time on that count. But, apart from loans to students, you also give out loans to the education institutions as well, right? To, help them build their infra and all of that. So will you double down on this part of the business as well? What's the plan over here?
So right now, more than 90% contribution in the loan book is from student loans. But yes, we do this funding as well. And here we are not focusing on educational institutions which are in metros or, very premium per se. We are focusing on educational institutions which are in tier 2, tier 3 towns, where our capital, with our capital, they're able to actually improvise and, improve the facilities and the education system in their schools, right?
Right.
So here we're going to be doing what we're doing. We're going to be doubling up this business as well. But in overall mix, if you will consider, it will maybe from current 7-8% will reach to maybe a 20% contribution in the next 3 years' time.
Right. So from 7-8 to 20%. But, if you could tell us what are the revenues that you're clocking right now, and what's profitability looking like, and where will the next leg of growth come from for the company?
So last year, our profit after tax was close to 70 crores. This year, we'll be clocking in close to 110 crores of profit. And see, from growth perspective, if you see education finance per se was the least penetrated segment amongst the different financing segments which are available, right? So still, I would say that when NBFCs are coming to play and specialized NBFCs, still the penetration will be hovering around 28, 29%. So still there's a far much room to penetrate more. And with the rising fee scenario across institutions, whether domestically and abroad, loan is slowly becoming a necessity actually if you want to fulfill your dream. So I think the penetration increase per se, and the market is also growing with a 15 to 20% CAGR over the last few years. So I think overall, there's a huge scope for the next many years to come, I would say.
Absolutely. So big opportunity here, and you can penetrate further into this market. All right, Neeraj, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street.
My